And for most of us in the room, when we say Jesus is the reason for the season, we talk about the best gift that you could possibly imagine. In fact, the Bible tells us that angels long to look into this story to unfold, and yet becomes the most ordinary part of our life that doesn't impact us and change us the way that it should. So it says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." So unpacking who Jesus is to understand what his names mean. Public schools reported a 53% increase in students seeking emotional health services in the last 3 years. Like there's great needs and people need to find answers. What do we do? And what we typically do is look in all the wrong places, right? We look in all the wrong places for the things that we need. But for a lot of us, we look into our pockets and we pick out our phone and we try to Google it. And if you used to Google it, that's old now. Now you do what? You put in AI and ask it for answers. And now for some of you, you might say, I don't use those kinds of things. Well, I can tell you that a growing number of persons are finding that they need an emotional support from an artificial intelligence app in their pocket. It's such an epidemic that there's talk about banning them. A lot of the companies are trying to say that they won't allow it anymore. We use God simply as a fill in the blank. How do I do the bare necessity? How do I just get the right answer? When God's calling us to more than just filling in a blank, he's calling us to do what Hezekiah did, to seek after him with all of our heart. And what I'm not saying is that truth is abstract or that there's not absolutes, that there's not black and white, right and wrong. There is. But as we move through the complexities of a messed up, broken world, have you ever felt like you just didn't know what the right answer was? Like you couldn't please everybody? Like there's no way to work through this the right way? Because sin messes up everything. We talked about messes for the last month. And sin messes up everything. It makes life complicated. Sometimes there's no way to clean up a mess without being messy. There's no perfect way to work through. But what you see through Hezekiah, if you look at those two verses in 2 Kings and 2 Chronicles, is that he sought after the Lord to do what pleased God.